welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this eye look and the lips. It is a nice green smoky cat eye with a pop of glitter in the center of the eyes. I wanted to pair this with a nice nudie ombre lip to complement all of the earth tones in the look. This is a wonderful look for any holiday occasion. You're going to make a really big impact. It brings a lot of drama, but all the earth tones and how relaxing it looks doesn't make it look like it's over the top at all. So without further ado, if you want to learn how to get this look, then you just keep on watching.
Starting off, I have already got my eyebrows and my face done, so I can go ahead with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and apply that onto my lids, blending it in with my fingers. This is going to help prime my eyelids and also get rid of any discoloration on my lids. To further blend out, I'm going to be using the Beauty Blender, and then I can go in and start cleaning up my brows. For this, I did take the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer with this flat angled liner brush. I do just work the product down a little bit and blend it out with my fingers and the sponge as well. Now taking the color Soft Peach from the Anastasia Beverly Hills World Traveler palette, I'm going to go ahead and set all of those cream products on my lids so that when we go ahead with our first transition color, which is this Bone Beige Sculpting powder by MAC, it will all blend out nice and seamless. I'm using windshield wiper and circular motions to do this up until I get the color to the intensity of my liking. Now, as you see here, Morocco and Cocoa Bear are quite similar. I'm using Cocoa Bear, but you could use Morocco. I'm going to go ahead and place that on my crease and just make sure that it stays a little bit lower than that Bone Beige color. The same as before, you want to just keep on working it into your crease until it's to the intensity of your liking. Then with no additional product and that big fluffy brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the edges. Now we can take this tapered pencil brush and the color Fudge from the World Traveler palette and work that into our outer V. You want to take your time with this step, packing it on and blending it out until it's to the intensity of your liking. Then first, with no additional product, I'm taking that slightly more narrow fluffy brush that I used before with Morocco to blend out the edges, and then I am going to take a little more Morocco and completely diffuse any harsh lines. Once you do that, you can go ahead with the bigger fluffy brush. No additional product necessary, you're just blending out the edges a little more, and then taking the Soft Peach color with a shader brush, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. Now for the star of the show, that green color in the Smashbox on the Rock palette from last year's holiday collection, I'm going to be taking that on a synthetic flat brush, and swiping really makes it have a more foiled look. You can bring that color all the way up until that darker outer edge. I'm going to go ahead and take the same brush I used Morocco with and make sure nothing's in the crease, and I'm just doing the same thing with that tapered pencil brush. Now I'm going to be adding the NYX crystal liners, this is in crystal gold, to the inner corners of my eyes. You want to make sure that that dries completely before opening your eyes. And now with a shader brush in the color Soft Peach, I'm going to be using that as my transition shade for my lower lash line. Now I can go in with this liner brush in the color Fudge to basically line my lower lash line. And I forgot to show it, but here I'm taking the color Morocco and that shader brush to smoke out that Fudge color. Now I'm taking the color Noir on the same liner brush to darken up the edges. Afterwards, I do go in with the color Soft Peach on a dome blending brush to make sure everything is seamless. And here I'm just taking off the excess powder underneath my eyes. Now we can go ahead and apply the glitter to our lower lash line to make everything connect and seem a little more whole. For this look, I wanted to go with a nice thin wing to make sure that all of the colors on our eyelids showed up. And here you can see that to create that, I started out with the wing and didn't connect that wing to the liner I just kind of filled in the little triangle very slightly, and I pretty much hugged the upper lash line with the rest. If you do get a little bit of glitter in your crease, you can go back in with a sponge or a Q-tip and just rub it right off. Now I can go ahead and put this white eyeliner, this is from NYX, on my waterline to make my eyes look brighter and more awake. And I'm actually going to be setting that eyeliner with this highlighter. This is Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics to give it a little bit of a different look. Going in with mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Falsies mascara, first with the non-waterproof version. And then the second layer, I'm going in with the waterproof version to make sure that it's all sealed in. I also only like the waterproof version on my lower lash line. And those are the eyes. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to be taking this NYX lip pencil in the color Natural. And I'm going to be overlining my lips slightly. Nothing crazy, I'm just making sure that everything looks symmetrical because my lips are not naturally symmetrical. I don't find a need to fill my whole lips in with this. I just go in with the corners. And for the lip color, the main lip color, I'm going to be using the color B52. This is also a NYX lipstick. And if you can tell, I'm going to be avoiding the center of my lips because we're going to be putting a lighter color there. And for that ombre effect, the lighter color we're going to be using is this NYX matte lipstick in the color Sable. To clean up the lipstick, I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer with that flat liner brush. This is in the color NW25. And I'm just going to make sure that the lipstick looks absolutely perfect. And you do want to make sure that you go back in with another brush to blend all of that concealer out. You don't want those concealer lines coming up in pictures.
Alright you guys, so that is the look. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and maybe learned a little something new. If you did, please remember to give this a thumbs up to support me and don't forget to subscribe. And with all of that said, I can't wait to see you guys on my next one. Bye!